complaining time. Now, let me tell you about something. Ow, my knee. So let me tell you about something. I think I told you about coding and how like I'm in computer science. Well, we have graders. So we have the lectures, and then we have the labs. And in a lab, basically, it's like you have a lecture for about an hour and for about an hour and 7 minutes or so. It's a little bit over an hour, and then right after you have the lab. Now you have lecture Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and you get to choose what day you want your lab to be. And I chose Wednesday. And it's basically you walk in, you can't open up the actual PDF, like the actual directions, the assignment won't open up until exactly 12 o'clock. Like it has to churn 12. Then you have to have your program done, saved in the file, compress the file, and then you zip it by 50. By 12:50, you got 50 minutes. So you don't have 50 minutes to do this. You got like 45 minutes because you have to have some time and it'll load. And there have been people that if they submitted a minute late and they don't have a really, really good excuse, it's over for them. Like, I mean, it's not over. It's over. They're gonna be dead. They're dying. But no, but like, basically, that's it sucks because I think in the syllabus she says if you have it between up to half an hour, so up to, not even over half. If you have it up to half an hour late, 50% off. Now, let me just ask, like, why? Okay, so here's what I'm saying. It's your motivation. You want your students to learn. Well, if you're telling them, hey, you got 5 minutes left, I didn't finish the program, what are they going to do? They're going to be like, oh, well, I don't want 50% off. Let me churn in the crap that I have, that I don't have finished. But if you gave me a little bit more time, maybe I can use my brain, figure out how it works, and actually help myself too, because now I'm learning and I can submit it to you. No, it's not worth it because I get a 50%. So you're forcing people to just give up because of what you're going to do, like because of the time limit. I think that's not fair. Now, what's funny was that there's this kid that was in front of me, and I think he had like someone's like he on his laptop he had like someone else's assignment. I saw that was happening. She's like, "What's this on the assignment?" And she like noticed, which okay, I get it. That's your job. You're supposed to check. But the fact that you even figured that out, you had to look at his computer and go, "Hey, well, it doesn't say your name. Hey, excuse me. Does that like you're too nosy? You're taking your job. So you're a student. You're not even a teacher. How did you figure that out? It's kind of like I figured out that this person is doing drugs or something. This person I don't talk to. How did you figure that out? Don't worry about it. It's like I found out that you go to pee in the middle of the night from 3:30 a.m. to 4 a.m. How did you know that? Why are you paying so much attention? Like I get it. Maybe you know that. Cool. But how did you figure that out? It's crazy. So you know what they start doing? What's funny is that I have a friend, she sits next to me, and she has this big-ass laptop. It's just like 17 inches. And she's checking, like, because it's open note and open book and all that stuff, so she's checking her notes, and she's, like, looking at it. The one guy comes up, and he goes and checks, and he goes, let me just check. I have to check to see if you have everything. And he checks, he goes, this is yours? Okay, good, it is yours. Like, he wants to check and see she's not cheating. And she gets so mad after class because she goes, this was not last Wednesday, so today's Friday. It wasn't the Wednesday that passed, it was the Wednesday before. And she gets mad at me, and she goes, why did you check mine? Didn't check yours, didn't check anyone's. He just checked hers, maybe one other person. So she complains, even the Wednesday that passed before class, she goes, if he checks mine again, I'm going to be mad. Well, he goes right up to her after like 10, 15 minutes, and he goes, let me check yours. And she goes, it's just my notes. He goes, and that's why I'm checking. He got defensive. He goes, that's why I'm checking. And I just couldn't help but laugh. It was hilarious. But that's just crazy. Like, they're just checking over like hawks, and they're just like, well, did you cheat? So I think this is what I'm saying. I think it's a civil right. No one agrees with me. I've told this to Danny. I've told this to Ashley. I've told this to people. No one agrees with me. Listen, that is a violation of privacy. So here's what I'm saying, okay? This is PO thoughts. I'm speaking my mind. So what I'm trying to say is if he wants to go, hey, I want to check your files because I think you're cheating. I think you're using the files. And I'll be like, no. He goes, let me check your files. I'm like, no. Because I have nude pictures and that's why I have nudes right here. When it says checking file nudes, this is literally why I have this up here. what if I go, excuse me, no, you can't check it, and the reason is because I have nude pictures in my file. And they'll be like, why do you have nude pictures? I'm like, no, it's my religious thing. Just make up stuff. Just go, religiously, I have to have my nude files in here. My naked files have to be in with my program. So you cannot check it because that is sexual assault. You can't look, because then you're looking at a student's nude pictures. You can't do that. You can't do that. That's inappropriate. I did not give you consent to look at my pictures. But they'll be like, no, we just want to check if you're cheating. You can't look at my files. Cannot look at my files. And people keep asking the same question. I don't know why. They keep going, why do you have your naked pictures with your with your files? And I tell them, that's not the point. That's not the point. Whatever I want to do with my files, I can do. I can have with each program a random picture of a donut. On it, it's my files, it's my computer. And they're like, wait, was it your computer? I'm like, yes, it's my personal computer. I can do whatever I want to it. And they're like, and then they'll always give the argument. Then they'll just tell you to take out the naked pictures and then send it. Let them see it without the naked pictures. And I tell them, I hate them because they're giving me valid points and I can't argue against it. And I don't like when they're logical because I'm not being logical. Obviously, as you can see, I just said there are naked pictures in my files. Do you think I'm logical? No, I'm not. Now, another thing I want to complain about, one more thing. I'm sorry, it's not on the list, but my first ever assignment that I had to do, it was print on the program, print out 2 lines of code. 2 things. Print out your name, full name, first, last, whatever. All you do is just take this exact method. You type this code, and in the quotes you put my name. And then in the other quotes you put in your favorite car. I put Chevy Silverado. I like trucks. That's it. When I compressed it, this is my first time, I compressed it wrong, I guess. I compressed it in a wrong way. That lady, my grader, she looks at it and she goes, she gives me a 0. And she goes, I don't see any assignments there. I'm like, okay, I can show you. She goes, wait, I want you to open it from the file I submitted because I want to make sure that you're not cheating. And I go, wow, that's disrespectful, but okay. And then we're looking and she goes, see, the files are wrong. It's all a bunch of random text. And I go, okay, I understand it's random text. But if you look, it says EAJJJ star, and then it says, quote, my name. Then it says, quote, Chevy Silverado. And I tell her, you don't think I did it. You don't believe that I did it. What are the chances that this random code has my exact first and last name? And on the other line of the random code, it has my favorite car. And she goes, well, that's not what I see. She's very in the book. She's very, that's not what I see, so it doesn't exist. It's kind of like the sun exists. Well, it's nighttime. I don't see the sun, so the sun doesn't exist. Okay. And so the other TA, very nice guy, and he asked what the issue is, and then he goes, and the lady, by the way, when I was telling her, I was giving her a valid point, she goes, okay, I'll make it 80%, because it's not fair, because there are people who got a 0 for not doing it. I go, yes, because they didn't do it. I did it. I told her. The point of the program, the point of that assignment was not to test how I compile things. How do I correctly submit it? It's supposed to test the program. The actual assignment was making the program, and that's what I did. And so the guy comes up and he goes, can we see, have you made edits to it after class? And I said, I have not. So he said, why don't we check the thing that's on your computer that has it, because she sees that I obviously have it, but she thinks that, she's like, I think you cheated. I think that you worked on this after, which it's 2 lines of code. So they look at it, and he says, if we can check that the time is in between class and not after, then you're good. Well, they look at my class, and they see, started at 12 p.m., ended and submitted by 12:03 p.m. like 3 minutes. It took me 2 minutes to create the program. Not even 2 minutes. It was like a minute, and then submitting it. That's it. Nothing else. It was the easiest thing ever. And then I look at the lady. I go, she goes, okay. And I go, do I get 100? She goes, yes. And I go, yes, I do. Yes, I do get 100.